Hello there, people of the internet. You're gonna hear a little bit of background humming. I have my air conditioner on right there. It's like 98 degrees right now here in the state of Florida, and I make these videos for fun, and I would not be having fun if that air conditioner was off. So we're gonna leave that on while we do our little video today. So speaking of having fun with making videos, like, that's why I make videos. I literally just make videos talking about different firearms and whatnot just because I love guns. I love them so much, and the world that is around me does not love them as much as I do, to the point to where I don't really have people to consistently chat with about firearms. And that's kind of why I make these videos. Because with the YouTube channel, I can just be like, oh, let's go browse the YouTube comments and I'll find someone to have a conversation with about firearms. And it's my passion. It's what I do. Every time I'm at like a family event or something like that, that's literally what I start discussing. I just start talking about guns. I just love them so much. I love the history. I love the fact that these firearms, in so many different cases, are like the things that shaped the world that we live in. And there's so many what-if situations. Like, what if the M1 Garand never existed? Or what if artillery never existed? What if that was not a thing? What if the composition for gunpowder did not give us the explosion that it does, and instead it was like an inert thing and we never ended up having gunpowder? What would we be using now? Just fancy bows and arrows? Or compressed air or something like that? Like, there's just so many things to go into, and I just love having conversations like that. That's one of the main reasons why I have this YouTube channel, just so I can talk about things like this. However, there's been a couple of videos that I've made that have gotten less than favorable results, all of which are things that I did not see coming, and there's only so much that you can do to prevent things. So there's some videos out there that I made because I enjoy making gun videos, and that is why I made it, to talk about a particular topic pertaining to firearms. And then there's people out there who, one way or another, have disliked it. So, that being said, I don't regret making any of my videos. I know that you can't please everybody, and I'm not trying to. I'm literally just out here doing the things that I enjoy doing. If you enjoy watching my stuff, then by all means, you're welcome to stick around. If not, then there's a red X in the top of your screen or the home button at the bottom of your phone. Click that and it will get you away from my channel. So, there's a couple of videos, like I said, that are less favorable, but I definitely don't regret making any of the things that I make, just because I love what I do. So one of my more popular videos, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, it is a short I made. It's got like 4 million views on it now or something like that. It's called Ghetto Loadout. And my philosophy for whenever I made that was, I was remembering a point in time when I was a teenager, and I was living with my mother, and we were living in, like, very much a ghetto here in Central Florida. This was before I was a gun guy. This was before I cared about anything. As a matter of fact, I was quite the, troubled child back then, and that's all that I'm gonna get into with that scenario, but hopefully you guys can kind of piece things together and understand what I mean. But whenever I was talking about the Ghetto Loadout, I was talking about people that didn't necessarily care about the firearms they had. They were just a tool for a job, and they didn't care about the ammunition. They it was a tool. And that was the discussion, because that was my mindset growing up. Like, that was back before I cared about guns. That was back whenever I was like living in fight or flight mode, because life was very difficult. And we had a handgun then, so we still have it now. And as a matter of fact, it's still got the same random assortment of bullets. We had a handgun. It was a Zastava M88A. It was a 9mm. We had, it was not a full magazine, it was a partial magazine. I think it was like 5, maybe 6 rounds of ammunition, and we never bothered to go out to get more, because we figured, hey, if something happens and somebody breaks in, like, that should be enough to get them running, or at least that was our mindset at the time. I think it's like a mix of hollow points and brass case, steel case, aluminum case, like literally just random things. At the time, I was helping detail cars, like detailing vehicles, and we would find just random assortments of ammo, and that was where I got my ammo, because I didn't care to go out and buy any. As a matter of fact, I don't think I was old enough to buy any at the time. But we had just random assortments of ammo that we gathered, and we shoved them into a magazine, and that was what we had, and it was good enough for our home defense situation. Thank God we never ended up having to use it. But that was my philosophy behind making that video, because I was just remembering myself from the past and my situation. But because I talked about a ghetto, I inevitably ended up getting called racist, and I definitely did not see that one coming. Now, in my mind, literally people of any race, color, size, shape, etc., can end up in a ghetto, and I'm living proof of that. We literally grew up in a ghetto in Central Florida, so I'm not going to tell you guys where it is because I still got family there, but I'll just go ahead and leave that one at that. Didn't bring up any race, didn't bring up anything like that, but ultimately because, as a matter of fact, I know I got white skin, but God, I'm actually Portuguese. I'm Portuguese, and I guess I'm a mix of all sorts of stuff. Portuguese and Nova Scotian, according to my mother. But anyway, not like that matters at all. But anyway, I ultimately ended up getting called a racist on that one, and that, of course, is the video that got a tremendous amount of views. So that's kind of something that a lot of people know me for. And it's just one of those things that you can't avoid. I don't regret making it, because I had fun making it. And, I mean, it's an important topic to discuss. There's a lot of people out there who don't really care about guns, and they just have the tool for the job, and they got whatever it is that they could scavenge and find for that tool. Anyway, another video that that people are saying I should regret making, but I don't regret making at all. Not that long ago, I put up a video talking about 5 guns that you could get for under $100. And there were a lot of people that were saying, no, that's not true, it's clickbait. So I had to literally go and make another video. I named it literally Proof. And this was me showing off proof that, yes, you absolutely 110% can go out and get these guns for under $100. I showed like a whole page of guns that you get for under $100, and then I had people on that page being like, people don't know that you can't get guns for under $100. That's wild. I'm like, yeah. They just kind of strike me as the kind of people who, if they have to do the most minimal amount of looking or digging or research or anything like that, then they decide that it's not worth it, and so they can't do it, so no one can do it. That's one of those videos that you can't please everybody. The number of people, trying to pick my words here, the number of people that went into that video to tell me that essentially if they have to look for it, then it's not something that they're interested in. To those people I say, you have to look for anything. If you want to look for a Remington 870, you gotta look for it. If you want to look for Carcano or an Enfield rifle or a Mosin Nagant, you gotta look for it. Now granted, that is typing it into a website, and then you go to, you know, price ascending or descending. Sometimes you gotta go to a couple of different websites. But absolutely, 110%, these things are available, like right now. Like that video was true, it was not fake. I walked you guys through it, step by step. I even showed you guys where I got my things from. As a matter of fact, right now is Memorial Day. I know RTI is having a couple of flash sales. I think it's like $150 for a gun. Not quite that $100 price point, but I'll go ahead and just let you guys browse whatever is going on with those. I'm sure you can go on to Gunbroker and find a couple of things. As a matter of fact, I might go get myself another $100 gun just to be able to make myself another video, just because that's what I enjoy doing. I don't regret making the 5 guns for under $100, even though it did irritate a lot of people. Like, I have no idea why. Like, in my mind, those are legitimately 5 guns that you can go out right now and get for under $100 if you are just even the most minimal capable at looking for something. Like, versus just going onto a big box website like, I don't know, Classic Firearms, J&G Sales, Atlantic Firearms, something like that, and looking for like retail prices. If you're willing to do just a little bit more digging, like even the most minimal amount of digging, Going on to non-retail websites like auction sites and whatnot, I know Rock Island Rock Island Auction House. They have a lot of really, really good deals there if you manage to win an auction there. Or even Gunbroker. A lot of my deals that I've gotten were auctions off of Gunbroker that nobody else bid on. As a matter of fact, I just so happen to have this right here. This is a Spanish Mauser, and I've had a tremendous amount of people tell me that these are going up in value, and nowadays they run 350, 400 bucks, somewhere around there. That's typically like the price that these normally go for. But this one right here, I got, I don't know, 2019 maybe. And I paid 80 bucks for it because I won it at an auction. I was the only bidder. No one else bid. Just see what you can do with that. Just put in the most minimal amount of effort, and you'll be able to pull things off. It's not necessarily a regretted video, but I do have some B-roll footage that I've been splicing into videos. And some of the B-roll footage is like me just mag dumping into garbage, and so like trigger pressing is not great, or handling of the firearm is not great. The reason why I reuse that B-roll footage is because there are many times where I can't get out to a gun range. And so if people want to see me shooting a gun, I'm like, hey, I've got like 10 videos that I've already shot this gun, so let me just pull some footage from those videos and splice them into this video where I'm just inside of a room like what I am right here, talking about it. And this way people can see me actually shooting the gun, because I don't have access to a gun range. Like right now, we could be having this conversation out on my range, but it's Memorial Day, and I guarantee that range is packed. So, yeah, I don't really foresee that being a thing. Now, I do got some buddies, and they were talking about going to the range. Solid possibility that I might go with them, but there's going to be no recording because there's just going to be too many people, too much gunfire, etc., etc. I can go there if there's people there, but I can't record there if there's people there. That's whenever you get like really poor quality footage. I don't regret the B-roll footage, although I do wish that I did it a little bit better. Because people like point out all the time the crap that I do on the B-roll footage, and they're like, you can't do that because it, you know, they basically essentially tell me things like work on trigger control, or work on firearms handling, or work on this, work on that, and all I'm doing is like mag dumping into garbage 10 feet away from me for a view on the camera. So, like I said, you're just not going to please everybody. That's one of the things about being a YouTuber. There's going to be people upset with you no matter what it is that you do. Alright, let's see. More footage that I don't necessarily regret making, but has definitely been a little bit more on the negative light of things. I know that I've taken up using this new range, and I've had a lot of people complain about the condition of the new range just because it's a public range, and there's garbage absolutely everywhere. A lot of people will yell at me, and they'll be like, ah, pick up your garbage! What, like, that range is a mess! And I'm like, guys, I'm one of like 500 plus people that go out to that range on a regular basis. We got people that clean things up out there, and then we got people that just destroy the place. But that being said, the place is literally a landfill. Like, we're not gonna be able to clean that place up because, like, it doesn't really come up all that well in some of my videos. You can kind of see it in others. It depends on what range I'm on. But there's literally a landfill back there, and that's where so much of this garbage is coming from, because people go to the landfill, they look for targets, they drag them to the ranges, and then they blow them the hell up. So, we're not going to clean that up. Like, you can't clean up a landfill. Like, that's literally what this place is. I could probably sit here and continue to nitpick different videos that I feel I could have done better. I know that there was a point in time where I was like re-uploading old videos whenever I was dealing with a move down here to Central Florida. I could not make videos. And a lot of my older things had like 10, 15, 20 views, like really, really small amounts. So I know for a fact not very many people have gone back to watch those. And in my own personal opinion, I feel like that right there was like some of the better footage, especially in comparison to the stuff that I do nowadays. I just really liked that stuff back then. But whenever I was re-uploading it, there were a lot of people who were telling me, hey, this older stuff is garbage. Just like they did not like it. And I don't regret re-uploading those because I really enjoyed those. Like, I just like my older stuff. I think it was just from a better more relaxed point in time where I didn't have so much stuff to worry about. We all know our lives in the past like that, just from nicer times. But anyway, I could probably sit here and nitpick a bunch of different videos, be like, yeah, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, I don't regret this, but I should have done this instead, etc., etc. Maybe if this video right here does well and people have some requests, as a matter of fact, go in the comments if you got any questions about any of the other videos I've done. Maybe I'll throw them up on one of my videos here where I talk about past videos. I don't know. Might become something on the channel. Thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below is a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off. Have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next episode.
Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.